All right, boys, we back once again. We are going to go over a couple of trades I took. Now, I'm back on the TLevels grind just because I just love the system. A couple things, if you ever tried to develop a trading system, one thing you want to have is, obviously you have your trend, you have some levels, and you got some either volatility or volume. They're pretty much synonymous in a way. And then you have multi-time frame analysis. So you got like the quadfecta, the trifecta, or whatever you want to, quinfecta of indicators that are all complementing each other. So you want to wait till they all kind of align, and then you get a trade signal. So what I like about the TLevels is very a clean system. It incorporates all of those things, and then it allows me to not have to sit there in front of the screen all day. I can kind of check in on it, set some alerts, set some levels, sort of see what I'm looking for, and then essentially not over trade, because there's a lot of time in the market. Like 80% of the market's just going to chop you up anyways. So a lot of time in the market where you're not, there's really no reason for you to be in front of the screen. So I only want to really be in front of the screen. And it's something you learn over many years of trading. You only really want to be in front of the screen when it's time to trade, right? If ideally you don't want to be in front of the screen at all, unless you just like trading, which I do. So I'm happy to be in front of the screen when there's a trade on. But just a couple trades I took today, just real quick, was the one off the. I'm just using a 5-minute chart, and I really like to trade in the mornings before open. I like to see if there's trades before the data hits. I like to see if there's trades around when the data hits, maybe after. That kind of thing. But the first thing I saw today was we're kind of coming down to test the, this is the daily expected low. So this is an expected move indicator, and I just have it set for the day because I don't want too many. There's a whole bunch of them. There's 30, 60, 120, 240 weekly. The 240 and daily are sort of the only ones I use. And lately I've just been using the daily. It's been really nice. So you can see that kind of comes in. The daily comes in on the expected daily range low. So there's the expected move low, and then there's the daily range low. So that kind of creates this little box here. So those are both confluence here. So you can see where that became pretty strong support. And you'll see this every single day, this kind of thing. These levels are pretty insane that they work every single day. So that's another thing. I have a pretty high confidence in trading them because I've just seen it for so long. So whenever I see a trade setup, I'm pretty highly confident. You just got to trade with it for a while. It's kind of like working out. You're not gonna go work out one time and then all of a sudden you're beefcake, right? So you got to use it for a while. You got to train it for a while. Train your muscle memory to see the patterns, that kind of thing. And what I like about this again is I can just be about my day, got a normal 9-to-5 job, and be able to trade the same time. So I was trading a funded eval today. It made about $3,500 off of 2 trades using this. So it's definitely worthwhile to either use this or develop a system that's similar. So essentially we took the trade. We see this line in the sand here. So this is what the LITS means. This is a little middle line. We see that's right here. We're kind of trading in and around it. Look at the timing. Right around 7 o'clock. See a big dump into that expected low, the daily range low, expected move low. And so this is what I traded. I started seeing the volume coming in. I started seeing the red candles print. I took a short. It was actually on the NQ. I took a few contracts short. I don't remember how many. I think it was like maybe 6 contracts or something. It's kind of silly to do 6 full NQ unless you're just bankrolling. But I took 6 NQ basically to the expected range lows, which is confluence with the ES. And so that trade was for like $2,200. And came in later on in the day, traded some ES just because NQ is a little wily, so I didn't want to give back profits. ES a little bit easier to manage, and then traded this little guy right here where we saw them test up in the range high. I missed this trade. I was busy, couldn't really focus, and then came back out to my desk, and then I was able to take this little consolidation beneath the EMA bands, and then sort of this breakdown into the line in the sand again. And so I didn't really expect any kind of breakouts today to the either side. And you can see that basically it was contained with inside the gray box here. And so pretty easy stuff. You don't really need, as much as I love the TLevels indicators, you don't need the indicators to come up with this stuff. However, the way that they're scripted, the way they look, the way they're set up, it's a little easier for me to identify the trends. That's the only thing I'm really saying here, is using these indicators helps you if you're someone who's trading all the, not trading all the time. You don't want to be in front of the screen all the time. So this is a little bit of a, I'm hawking the indicators a little bit because I do believe in them, and that it's not an algorithm. You're going to have to, develop a system, a trading system. I like to short. I'm short biased in general, so I am kind of always looking for the short setup. But I would have taken this long here because you see this consolidation essentially right into the line in the sand. And then you essentially had the breakout up into the daily range high. And so anyways, go check it out. There's a link in the description. I think it's still a 7-day free trial. Let me know if it isn't. And, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Peace.